Kev, busy week I imagine on the training pitch. Just how has it looked in preparation for Saturday's game to home to Barnet?
Yeah, the players are in good spirits. When they reported back after the weekend, obviously a disappointing result down at Solihull, but they reported back bright and breezy and looking forward to this weekend. Obviously after this weekend we get a little break, so time to recover, but they're positive, they're looking forward to the game. We know it's going to be a tough challenge against a very good Barnet side. They'll be looking to bounce back after a disappointing result midweek, so we know what we're up against, but the lads are in good spirits. We've got a couple of issues with a couple of players in terms of illnesses, so we're hoping they pull through and they'll be okay for the game, but apart from that, we're looking good.
Yeah, just a word on sort of team selection. Tom Crowford suspended, so when you make those changes and change dynamics and whatnot, how different is it just because no doubt you're bringing in different players who may suit different systems as well?
Yeah, it is, and in an ideal world, without the suspensions and the injury to Luke, we would have gone with pretty much the same team down at Solihull, and I believe we maybe have got a different outcome, but it happens in football, you have to adjust, and I think the second half performance against Altrincham, I felt the team deserved to go again at Solihull, and it just didn't quite work. We didn't have a lot of time to work on it because it was a quick turnaround, but it was a game that was very tight. Could have easily got a draw. So we've been very successful in the 4-2-3-1 system this season, certainly since I've been here, and that's what I've adopted most of the time, and that's what I'll be looking to get back to as quickly as I can. Whether I do it this weekend or not, you'll have to wait and see. But players have to be adaptable, and certainly I have to be as a manager, because you have to change things pretty quick if things are not working, and we did that against Altrincham, and I think we pretty much forced into the system down at Solihull, and they marshalled us well. They done a job on us. They stopped our wing backs getting out in terms of playing their two wide boys very high, and we just at times just couldn't get out. So yeah, lots to learn, but you have to be very adaptable, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens this weekend.
You mentioned about, especially with Luke Henry, you're looking to bring in reinforcements. How was that search went? If you looked hard this week, and are you any closer?
Yeah, I haven't stopped looking. Me and Joe, constant conversations, looking at players. It's a specialised position, and it's definitely an area that I need to address, and hopefully I'll have one in the building by the time kickoff comes tomorrow. I'm fairly confident we will. So yeah, it's something I need to address. I think Louis done very, very well, but he's still a young lad, he's still learning, he's still developing, and as you've seen his qualities that he has, so he's got a bright future ahead of him, so yeah, definitely should have someone in that position by tomorrow. Obviously bringing Terrell back to the football club as well brings us that energy, obviously with Tom missing brings competition as well, and Kieran came in last week, did a good job, but he hasn't played for a while, so there's great competition in that midfield area, and Tyrrell brings that energy. He knows the football club, he knows the players, and I think talking to him, he feels like he's got a point to prove as well. So delighted to have him on board, and he's champing at the bit, ready to go.
Yeah, you mentioned Terrell there. That surely is a plus. The fact that he does know most of the lads, he knows the environment he's stepping into.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it always helps. And he's local lad as well. He's not. He's a London boy, but obviously he lives in the area, and yeah, it helps. He's settled in straight away. He's having the laugh and the banter with the lads straight away. So yeah, that always helps. And now he needs to back that up and follow it up with performances. I think he felt his loan spell was a bit hit and miss last time. Played out of position as well at times. So I've laid it out what I expect from him, and he's happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
Just a word on recruitment, yourself and Joe, when you do bring these players, and do you look at, are they going to fit straight into the system, or is it a case of you might want to adapt the way you play?
Yeah, I think you clearly you recruit certainly the positions that you are looking at, but also you have to have one eye again being adaptable to playing maybe three positions. So if you are looking at a right back, can he play right wing back as well? Can he potentially play right centre half as well? So you definitely have to look at that, because football can change very, very quickly. 2 or 3 injuries and you're having to shuffle the pack. We had to stick Luke Waterfall at right back second half last week. He weren't particularly happy about it, but what he did is he did it for the team, and he did his job. And so yeah, you certainly recruit with that in mind, and that's the way we have worked.
Yeah, 10 games to go now, and you're at that business stage of the season. A lot of teams got a lot of important points to play for, so just how much are you looking forward to this now?
Yeah, so far it's been brilliant. We had a setback last week, disappointed, and as I said after the game, it was going to happen, and it's how we react and how we respond. And I say the lads have trained very, very well this week, so we're looking forward to the game. And 10 games to go, like we get a nice little break afterwards, so all the lads that have got those niggly injuries, we've got a chance to recover, and hopefully by the time we play Maidenhead we should have nearly a fully fit squad. So yeah, 10 really important games. Of course Barnet are pushing for promotion. They want to grab promotion, so the points for them are extremely important, but so are they for us. It's other people talk about playoffs, etc. For me, it's just about performances and trying to collect 3 points and then see where it takes us. So I can only look at this weekend. It's a game that we're well capable of getting a result in. We've shown that this season against teams in the top half, but we know that we have to be at our very, very best, and that's every individually and collectively. And if we are, with our fans behind us, as we've already shown this season at home, we're a match for anyone. So we have to be really, really prepared, and we will be. Tactically, mentally and physically, we'll all be prepared, and then it's just over to the players at 3 o'clock tomorrow to put in a real top performance.
Yeah, Barnet been quite mixed on the road. I think it's 8 wins and 8 defeats in league action, obviously in action on Tuesday night as well. So how did you see that one? Of course I've got a player quite well, Courtney Senior, having just returned. He came off the bench. So how have you looked at Barnet so far? Yeah,
it'll be a tough game. They're a good side. I've watched a fair bit of them this week. They're a very good footballing side, pretty much similar to Altrincham. So we've got to get the balance right in terms of when we press and when we don't, because if you don't get it quite right, them types of teams can cut you open, and you saw with Altrincham, certainly obviously the first half, they can play around you. So I'm very conscious of not letting that happen. We've got to give them the respect they deserve. But ultimately, as I always say, we're the home team. It's about what we do, and as I've said, we have gone toe to toe with top teams already since I've been here in terms of Bromley and Altrincham. We've come out on top, so we have to be at our very, very best, and the lads are desperate to put right. After the defeat last week, and touch wood, everyone's fully fit, and the lads recover from the slight illnesses, and we've got a real strong squad tomorrow, and I've got to pick 11 from that to try and go and get the job done.
Yeah, and just a word on Courtney, of course, departing. You have got a few new attackers, and likes of Courtney Duffus returned from injury, Che Cooper coming in recently as well. So, what was that? What went into that decision, I guess? Yeah,
I think Courtney done well for us. I think it was just a decision that we come to together collectively. We brought him in for a month, and we just felt it was right for Courtney to go back to his club, and wish him all the very, very best. He's going back to a club that's second in the league, so it's not that bad. Of course, I need to bring a right back in, and my focus was purely on that. We have got players in that area, of course. We've got Anthony hopefully back on training by the end of next week, so I'm very conscious that I don't want to have too many bodies in the building, so that was kind of like swaying my decision a little bit. And obviously we brought Che in as well, who's been very, very patient so far. Brennan as well, who's trying to get back to his potential of his match fitness. So we've got cover in those areas, and so that was pretty much behind my decision.
You've mentioned a word sort of on injury news there. How was everyone progressing? You mentioned Anthony Mancini, a few others as well, Alex Lacey, Josh and Mara. How is everyone at the minute?
Yeah, so hopefully Anthony, he'll be potentially back training by the back end of next week, and hopefully available for selection for the Maidenhead, if not definitely for the Southend game. Otis Khan, hopefully he's back by the middle of this month, back training, ready for selection, so that'll be a big boost for us. Alex Lacey's in training. He's just getting his fitness every day. Josh had a slight setback, but he's working very hard in the gym, so he's probably a couple of weeks away. Apart from that, we're all looking, as I say, apart from a couple of lads who've had a bit of slight illness this week, apart from those, we things haven't really changed, to be honest.
And Manny on a race there came off early. How's he?
Yeah, he's fine. It's just a kick, a couple of cuts and bruises and scratches, but he's a battler, and he's been fine. He was back training on Monday, ready to go and ready for selection this weekend.
Yeah, and just finally, you've mentioned the home environment, the atmosphere you want to create. The suit director, a very positive atmosphere. The Her Game 2 dedicated game this weekend. I think we've given 300 tickets away to local children in the area. So when you're having home games and you've got that type of positive crowd behind you, how important is that?
That's hugely important. I think it's already proved this season, certainly at home. Before I come in, I think you felt the pressure. The players, felt the pressure from the crowd and weren't performing. And I was very conscious that the only way to get them round is good performances, working extremely hard, showing that you care. And the lads have done that, but then also you need to be playing some good football and winning football matches, and they soon turn around and get back on your side. And so they've been magnificent for me since I've been here, home and away. I have to say the away support has been excellent. So we're going to need them again this weekend to make a lot of noise. I'm hoping that we get over to 4,300, maybe 4,500 would be a great crowd for us. And we saw it in the second half against Altrincham. When they get behind the team, we respond. And we're going to really need them this week, and especially at times in the game where Barnet probably will have a fair bit of possession. They're a possession-based team, and so we just need them to be patient, but get behind the team. And generally when they do that at home, we respond and we get results. So hopefully that'll be the case this weekend.